Hello and welcome to another video. And I told myself after Amico Forever 49 and 50 that that must be about as much as you can spend talking about the Amico for so long. They can't spend a whole, nearly an hour and a half talking about the Amico again, surely. And if they do, I'm not going to end up spending forever, making videos about it because I've got stuff I need to be doing, and I've got video games I need to be playing. And this is just taking up all of my time. And then another absolute golden episode comes through, and I thought, I can't pass this up. So this is going to be another three-parter, and I can't put it any other way. So yeah, strap yourself in. I'm thinking the way this one's going to go. I'm aiming to get part one. I'm recording this on Thursday night at the moment. Part one should be up Friday morning, which you'll know when you're listening to it. Part two, right? Here's the deal. I was going to do the whole thing on Thursday night, record it all in one go, even though it takes about 3 hours to do. And I did that last time on the Friday night, and my head was an absolute shed by the time of it. The lots of red wine didn't help, but I was absolutely shattered anyway. And then of course the editing time. And he ended up with a video that was about 2.5 hours long, split over 3 videos. So I was going to do that all on the Thursday night, but then what I realised is that I just spotted, because there's absolutely nothing on TV at the moment, because I don't care what you think about the Royal Family. I don't rate the Royal Family. The Royal Family do nothing for me. For me, I've said this before, I believe in equality. Everyone should be equal. Everyone should get the same. Why is one family living in opulence when the rest of us are, have a cost of living crisis as up the wazoo? It's really just absolute crap. So yeah, there's nothing sort of new being put out on TV. So much has been cancelled. And then I saw that The Elephant Man is being shown on TV tonight on BBC4, and BBC4 has actually come back in HD. For whatever reason, they took off BBC4 HD and something else. In fact, BBC News was in HD, then that disappeared. Have they brought that back? Let me just have a look. No, just had a quick check. No, that's still gone. But anyway, we've got BBC4 back in HD, so that's the main thing. And well, I wasn't going to watch The Elephant Man if it was in standard definition, because what would be the bloody point? I've seen it in Blu-ray. It's just a fantastic film, so I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, because that runs for 2 hours, it means I can't spend 3 hours tonight making the whole of the video. So what I'll do is I'll record enough for one video for part one, and then what I aim to do is over the weekend I'll record probably do parts 2 and 3 back to back, and then I'll do part 2, get that to go up on the Monday, and get part 3 to go up on the Wednesday. Because again, if you put up videos up, I want to leave at least a day between videos, and if I put up part 2 on the Sunday, most people have got better things to do on a Sunday, so I put part 3 up on the Monday. For a lot of people, that's normally the start of the working week, and it usually is for me as well. But of course, because the Queen's died and they've got the funeral on Monday, there's absolutely nothing else on TV. It's the only game in town. They've cancelled anything. Even Jeremy Vine's talk show has been cancelled. He's usually, I was surprised because I think the funeral doesn't start until about 11 or so, and his program usually runs from about 9:15. So even still, on the day of the Royal, the funeral, all it's just going to be, which is mostly what the whole of the last week has been, it's just a whole load of fawning crap. So. And I know I didn't see it live. I saw it afterwards when I caught up. I don't normally catch up with Jeremy Vine. When the Friday show, the day after she died, I think they planned to do a normal show, but instead, what they did was they apparently did it for an hour. I can't remember what happened at the end of the program that I saw, but they did it for an hour, and then so they were cutting to an ad break, and then they'd come back. And then the program just got taken off air at that point, just because they were then going to a news thing, just showing more news about the Queen. So there we go. Yeah, so I think if they try and do that again, they're probably not bothered on Monday with Jeremy Vine, because if they try and put him on again to do the program, then they'll probably take it off air as they decide probably watching a coffin being taken about in a car is more interesting than having his program on. Or you get someone, because they have phone-ins, even though the program's not live, but it's live, but it's kind of got it on a 7-second delay, which should be enough to try and stop people from swearing. But those still come through. I know if you then cut the feed to cut out the swearing, you'd then get a sort of jarring jump in the picture, because radio stations do this. But obviously there's no picture. But yeah, maybe they just thought, in case anyone does try to speak out or something, yeah, we can't have freedom of speech in 2022. But if someone does say something that the program makers would rather not go out on air, then they just decided to cancel the whole thing altogether. So there's absolutely nothing on. All the cinemas are shut apart from View Cinemas, who are showing they're showing the funeral. So everything else is cancelled, but they'll show the bloody funeral. Well, I'm not going. Yeah, even if I wanted to go to View Cinemas to watch it, I'd either have to get a bus or a train into town. And well, what about are those still running? Because those have been cancelled as well. Or I could drive to another View. I used to go to near the Lowry the View Lowry in Salford Keys, but what if I break down, and what if for whatever reason I doubt the RAC would have cancelled for the whole day, but maybe they got less people on, so I don't want to be, if I break down on the motorway, I don't want to be stuck there for 5 hours. Probably nothing better to do than watch the funeral on my phone. So yeah, so I'll put part 2 up on the Monday, then at least people have got something to watch. And then part 3 on the Wednesday, just before Amico Forever 52 comes out. Although DJC does say at the end of episode 51, he may not do one next week because he's got stuff to do. So I may get the week off. Anyways, let's get into it. But I will just say, if I've not said it already, I love everyone who comments on these videos and all my other videos. Please watch all the gameplay videos as well, because I really enjoy doing the gameplay videos as well. Just trying to position my microphone. I enjoy doing the gameplay videos, so do post on those and comment on those. And that should be enough. How long have I been waffling for now? Just around the 8-minute mark. So yeah, that's good. See, the thing is, at the start of these videos, when I do a live stream, sure, a lot of people may go back to the start if they miss the start. When I do a live stream, well, no, it's not a live stream, sorry, it's a premiere for the video. Not many people are around when it goes live. Of course, there's a 2-minute premiere countdown, so that takes us to 9:02. So most people come in around the sort of 10-11 minute mark. So that'll be where we're coming up to now. So the actual meat and potatoes of the video, ooh, windy pops, is coming up now. So pretty much bang on time. Let's go.
There's not really too much Amico news. I saw you in the chat talking, but about that investor thing. I didn't read mine. I'm guessing I got one. I don't know if I put it.
I did.
So DJC, we know, and he basically admits this later on. We know he's an investor. He invested in Republic. He at least got Republic is basically Fig, as far as I'm aware. Or did they do a separate Fig and separate Republic? As far as I was aware, it was sort of one became the same unless one got absorbed into the other. Excuse me. But he definitely put money in. He just refused. He just didn't. He just admitted to mention it. The cheeky get. And now he's trying to say, "Oh, I don't think I got an email. I don't know. Yeah, people getting stiffed. I mean, I've not seen the email. I know Pat the NES Punk has covered it. I've not watched his video yet. I've not had a chance. It came in late on the Wednesday evening, because Thursday during the day I ended up watching the whole Amico Forever. Well, I've got some spare time. But yes, I've not had time to go through the Fig thing. But well, let's just hear what DJC's thoughts. What he reckons might be in it.
Well, I think that just went out to the investors, didn't it? Because
I did the profit share. I did
a profit share, and he's rubbing his eye because he just It's a tell he's talking out of his arse. Oh, Rab's doing the same. So he must have invested in it as well. Meanwhile, Nick, he goes on a lovely rant later on. It's hilarious. But that'll come up in part 2 or 3. But yeah, DJC's really trying it on there.
Did that profit share for a few bucks? Like I don't.
Yeah,
A few bucks, yeah, $1,000. A few is 1,000.
I
don't
knew you
think I
dropped
got
like
that
a
email.
little bit of money in there. It wasn't a ton, but
Jorge Papadopoulos, I know he had some great comments last time. Big investor update. Speculation on when DJC gets his free Amico for continuing to hype it. Excuse me. Status of refunds, status of upset investors, and so much more.
Yeah, status is upset. I don't know any of this, man. That you'd have to talk about Intellivision.
I don't know. I don't know, George. I don't know. I'm gonna hug him and kiss him. And when he comes to tell me, I want to hug him and kiss him and hug him and kiss him. DJC is just full of absolute crap. I don't know what's going on. No, it's not of any interest to me. Where's my money? $1,000. I don't have that money.
I'm sorry. I did see people reporting that it was just kind of a cut and paste of the other email.
Oh, another tell. Look at him. Look at his silly goatee.
I did see people reporting that it was just kind of a cut and paste of the other email that was sent out, but
It's a big fucking tell, mate. Just shave that shit off.
yeah. I'll have to check mine if I got one because I wasn't in Fig though.
If I got one. If I got one. No, I wasn't in Fig. If I got one. Fuck off.
Right? I don't know. I don't.
No.
I wish
I
I
know.
did.
I wish I did.
I heard about this Amico thing not long ago. After looking at this, I have 2 observations. Well, I would love to hear those.
But they let him say the observations.
Blood and teeth, all
looks like a
aboard!
transformer for an icon, but I can't tell which bot it is. We got Panda Subs in chat. Mike Garcia popped into chat.
Cameron!
Carl's
You're
in
going to give his
chat.
thoughts?
We've had King Crab getting
I don't know whether he
saucy
actually-
for a while.
Not sure whether he's actually being allowed to give his thoughts.
Here's Johnny.
Oh, there's Johnny.
Michael, hey, why was the 7800 on the list?
Oh, today's silly control and today's silly topic. The poll is what's your favourite 2-button controller? As Andrew Verber said in the comments into one of my videos, he said at least DJC this time had a poll that he can control the narrative on. It was something like that Andrew said. But basically, yeah, because the last one, it blew up in his face. Was it last week or the week before? I can't lose track now. But yeah, just basically, what was it? Just basically everyone who wanted the Amico, yeah, I'll believe it when I see it, was the thoughts. Was that 49 or was that Amico Forever 50? If it was number 50, it feels like a lot longer, long time ago.
It did have 2 buttons, didn't it? No, it did. Did it have the side buttons and
I think I don't think what's it gets to say what his problems are. Anyways, let's see what else we're gonna have.
yeah, once again, maybe we can address this. So people were getting a little nasty. So, but someone was talking about it. About there was an investor email that went out. The only thing I saw is that it was like
All of a sudden now he wants to talk about it. I wonder who's pressured him into actually saying something.
a cut and paste of the previous email from a couple of weeks ago. And I know there was someone, people were asking, I guess, on the Reddit, the _ Reddit.
I was just, by the way, I think every time we have one of these emails, it's just like a rehash of anything. He talked about the Fig email being a rehash of what they've had before, a cut and paste job. But every email is just a bunch of lies anyway. Every time he talks about, oh, we're the official news, we're the Amico News Authority, because we get it straight from the source. Yeah, but the source is Phil Adam, the man who brought you the Calico Chameleon, whatever it is. But he didn't bring you that anyway because it was a scam. And now he's doing another scam. But, yeah, well, at least DJC is consistent in believing that Phil Adam can do no wrong.
like the people like Poopy Pants and all that stuff posting there. So
Oh, he's talking about the Intellivision _Amico Reddit subreddit, whatever it's called, which has had more people. I'm not sure if it's got less people than the supposedly official Amico Reddit, which has since been taken over by this shaken off Intellivision themselves. So it's now kind of normal. But yeah, Intellivision _Amico on Reddit is where you get a lot of this discussion about this, including sometimes pulling apart what these guys say. But yeah, I end up watching it all anyway before actually make my videos.
What are you going to take that with? A grain of salt, if anything? But I guess they were saying that people were promised Amicos if they invested. As like, I don't think I ever saw that in writing or anything like that.
The way he just does that sort of nervous laugh, he clearly he's not very comfortable with what he's saying.
I know, like on podcasts, like sometimes Tommy would say, "Hey, maybe when Amico comes out, we can get you a But I've never heard anything like where they were passing out a free Amico console to anyone that invested into the company.
Yeah, so DJC he'll say, "Oh yeah, Tommy said this, and we believe in Tommy." Da, da, da. And then when it comes to Tommy saying, "Oh, you all get free Amicos," he he's only joking, wasn't he? Ha 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 ha.
I don't even remember hearing about it, but there were so many around that time. There were so many podcasts with so many visits by Tommy and other members of the staff that it was pretty much impossible to keep track of all of it. At least for
because Tommy would always say, "Yeah, we're going to do that." So if someone said, "Oh, how about I don't know, how about this kind of Sonic game coming out on the Amico?" Or, "Are you talking to Disney?" And Tommy would say, I wouldn't say we're not talking to Disney. Just making it sound like, whatever people said, he'll bring you that. He will give you that. And he'll just try and make it sound like an exclusive on someone's live stream. Even when he was just talking out of his fucking arse.
For me, I'm sure somebody cataloged all of it somewhere, but that was not me.
I'm unaware of this entire conversation. I have not kept up.
I deny all knowledge. I deny. It paints Tommy in a bad light. I just deny all knowledge. What a bunch of arseholes.
Without being an investor, I'm not getting that email, so I don't know what the...
Well, I wash my hands. I'm not even paying attention to it. Oh, it doesn't fit my narrative. I know nothing about it. I know nothing.
What the back chat is on that.
Let me check on it. Well, talks amongst yourselves. I'll give you a topic.
DJC boots up his Pentium 2 MMX computer.
Yeah, okay, so I'm reading this email, guys. It's the same email. They just resent the same email.
So he did get the email. So he is an investor. You lying twat.
Yeah, but it's...
I guess it's...
Oh, now Rab's having to admit it.
More...
New spin and stuff going on Reddit, so... Take it.
They're spinning it on Reddit. Ooh, those rotters on Reddit. Grr.
I guess it's more...
New spin and stuff going on Reddit, so... Take it for what it is. What do you have to say and answer for now?
Oh, God, he looks so fucking cocky. Look at him.
What do you have to say and answer for now?
Yeah, and then there's just a bunch of people obviously just going to town in the comments, which, whatever.
You see, so he knows he's been lied to by Tommy Tallarico and everyone else in Intellivision, and he's just, whatever. They make me look like an ass. Oh, whatever. Meanwhile, Rab's like, and Nick's thinking, fuck this, I'm having me burger.
You know what would go good on these fries? Crab legs.
We gotta get a crab legs drop. Yeah, it's the BBG Entertainment. We made we are very pleased. Animaker's Brain Duel, new IPs or 4 IPs. Making sure we have a stable system before starting production. Thanks to everyone. Yeah, this is the exact same thing, other than the fact they left the 1 on all the things instead of numbering them. But other than that, yeah, it's a cut and paste of the other one. So that just went to the Republic investors.
Yeah, so you are an investor, you lying twat.
And then everybody just started, filling in questions on underneath. I've
seen the email, so I will have a look at the NES Punk's video. Even though when he does the video and they show stuff, if they show it on a screen, they just show it like a tiny screen on the back of the room. They don't actually seem to show it full screen, which is where it would help. And we need to see. Apparently, it's full of complaints from people who are investors. But so not just a Reddit thing. So people would have to have invested money in order to comment on the Republic page, and they've gone to town with their complaints. But to DJC, oh, what do they know? Ugh.
If you're an investor, I would if you didn't check out the first update, you'll get that one.
Well, there's no guarantee that everyone that invested in the Republic campaign signed up on the Intellivision mailing list.
You think you bloody would?
So they have to send stuff specifically out to them. I mean, they're contractually obliged.
Yeah, and you think they would have sent it first before Nick sent out his stupid email weeks ago, whatever it was, to the people on the Intellivision list. You think the investors would be more important?
So it makes sense that it's the same.
I think I don't know if they opened. Yeah, they did open the comments. I don't know. Oh, you're talking about here? I mean, I don't have any problem with anyone unless they're nasty.
I was never nasty, and you blocked me.
But if you're talking about the Republic, I don't know because if you can comment because there's a ton of comments there.
Yeah, they're all people who invested.
And I think one of the ones, the one of the ones was. Oh,
did I miss something? Oh, maybe not.
No, because if
just the way you went, whoops.
You can comment because there's a ton of comments there. And I think one of the ones, the one of the ones was asking about, like, they were like saying we were proud. Is there address the concern that we're all going to get a free console or something if you invested? I was like, that'd be sweet, man. I'd love a third. I've already ordered 2. I'd love a third.
You're not getting any.
But I don't think I'm going to get that.
Oh, the nervous laughter.
Yeah. I don't remember seeing anything about if you invest, you get a free console.
It could have been something.
Unless it's a beast at eating French fries. I am kind of going to town on these French fries.
I still need to go back to check out. Although people, like, I did a poll on my channel and I was like, "What content do you want me to do?" And there's really nothing like no Amico news, but I know people want me to do Amico stuff just because I'm the guy or whatever.
He's the guy.
Whatever, but I there's nothing like. So I was like, there's a couple more things. So I did Nitro Derby, and I bet
Nitro Derby.
People freaked out when I did that, which is funny. What?
Don't think they freaked out unless you took your clothes off.
Whatever. I think it's funny. And then, so I did do Sideswipers because I actually do. I'm interested in that game. I think it's cool.
Sideswipers, a game you can look at it on his channel. The game where you just press a button to speed up and a button to slow down. When he pops, a big one, and you just sort of zoom around a track like it's some sort of not Scalextric, but it looks a bit like Scalextric. But it just reminds me of it was like a sort of, you could buy a track. Just sort of have your car go up to the top, and then it would sort of zoom around this track and zoom around all the bends until it got to the bottom, and then it would go back up the lift again to get to the top. And it would zoom around at speed, and actually, there's quite a few of these back in the 80s when I was a kid, and I didn't get any of them because they were bloody expensive. But I wanted all of them, of course. But it looks like that, and it just looks like. It's the kind of thing you'd probably get now for $1 on the Nintendo eShop. Yeah, he's so happy to get his $400 foot bath and his controllers and play it on that, which will never come. It's sad.
But so I did that one, but there's literally nothing else I can do other than, like a regular Intellivision until something comes out.
I'm looking at this bird.
He's just, I've got to wait for the official Intellivision news.
I need to get back to Sega.
I'm thinking I'm going to have to turn off my camera for a little bit because this is not going to be safe for families or friends or anything. This thing's
Nick is not safe for families or friends. Yeah, get ready for his burger.
Ridiculous.
What's happening?
The clips.
What are you pulling out? What is happening?
Well, I mean,
Nick and his bloody burger. Good Lord.
Size of this burger.
I mean, it looks like a donut burger. I mean, they make this program at 9:30 at night on a on a Wednesday, and it's about 2:30 in the morning in UK time, so I don't get to see it until Thursday. So my first video is going to be Friday at the earliest, and yeah, I make dinner usually about sort of 7 o'clock ish, and then sort of eat it during the evening. So yeah, I can cook a proper dinner with salad and everything. Sometimes even a baked potato. But Nick, he just goes to Deliveroo and pays through the nose for some stupid massive burger. I mean, and he wonders why his skin is the way it is. Mate, do yourself a favour and lay off the shit. Cook some proper bloody food. It's to anyone, just cook some food. Just go get some fruit and veg from Aldi or Tesco or wherever's near you, Morrison's perhaps. And then they sell, like Aldi for example, sell pork chops, lots of things like that. Even breaded chicken. Just cook some of that. It doesn't take long. And then, well, okay, breaded chicken does take a while. But yeah, all of about sort of 40 minutes. Make sure you turn it over about halfway through and check it after about half an hour. And just, you can put baked potato with it and some salad. Gorgeous. Damn sight more nourishing than that fucking grease ball thing there. The burger's not great either. Ha ha.
I'm not sure how I'm going to eat this. I don't think I can eat this thing on camera.
Yeah, dude, this in our top one of our topics is food today, so this is awesome.
What a surprise!
Awesome.
That's fine, but I'm going to go off camera while I eat this because there's no clean way to eat it.
Oh no, I understand. Yeah, it'll be clipped.
It's just going to be a train wreck.
I think YouTube will shut us down with that much special sauce. It's.
What was it? I gotta watch my mouth. A piece of crap has 1,000,000 eyes. What was that? What was that? Goonies or what? Where the kids forgot what movie that was from. He's like, something has 2 eyes, and someone's like, a piece of crap has 1,000,000 eyes. I can't remember if it was Feldman or something.
Well, is that not? I'm not seeing the Goonies. Is that not the Lost Boys? I saw that. I didn't see that until relatively recently, and probably about 6 months ago or so, when it was on TV. Never seen it yet. Just never got around to seeing it at the time, and it was all right. It rings a slight bell. And it wouldn't ring a bell if it was from the Goonies because I've never seen the Goonies.
I don't remember that one.
Of course, he's already looked at the Republic stuff. He's got a computer with him. He could just fucking Google the quote. Hey, I'll Google the quote myself. A crab has 1,000,000 eyes. Quote. No. Came up with naked lunch, but no, don't know why it's come up with that. Anyway, I have no idea.
Was now. The Select Gaming, what's happening? What's going on?
Wow. Hey, Select Gaming, how you doing?
Is Intellivision doing anything special for October 10th?
Just, excuse me, trashing the memory of Tallarico, trashing the memory of his dead sister. What a classy guy.
Wow. You know what? I don't know.
They don't need to do anything. They've already got your $17 million.
That would be cool if they did.
That would be something. That would be nice.
Nice. He wants it nice.
It'd be like, remember when you were supposed to? No. It'd be like everybody be bummed on the day, but like, yeah, we were supposed to release it.
Oh God.
10/10/20, and that was advertised like 2 years early. So yeah, 10/10/22, still nothing.
Yeah.
I
think it may be a quiet anniversary.
10/10/24, so very tired.
Time around. If we're not hearing anything right now, I don't think we're gonna hear a big event.
I mean, DJC, he's just gone completely mad now, just giggling away like a madman possessed. He's obviously, why he does this to himself, I don't know. He's obviously sort of hurting inside, but he's just there going, nervous laughter. Why am I doing this to myself? Oh God.
Well, not unless they've definitively got something. I mean, if they really have some sort of news, then cool. But I think
there's imitation crap.
Yeah, if Intellivision had news to share, They haven't got any news to share. That's why they just send out some bullshit and you fucking lap it up.
Little Mermaid. Oh, okay, let's talk about something else.
Oh, hang on, did I miss something? Oh, Little Mermaid. You see, so DJC puts it up, going on about. He obviously thinks it's going to be racist. We can't have racist stuff on my show. Another Little Mermaid has been getting backlash criticism about the actress being black. Well, for me, I don't mind, and I'm okay if it, blah blah blah. I've never seen the other Little Mermaid, any version of Little Mermaid. I suppose they're doing like a CGI. It was like a cartoon before, wasn't it? So this is an actress who they'll put into a sort of CGI film, or I don't know how they do it. Hailey Bailey or something. I thought they said Halle Berry at first, and I thought, God, that looks nothing like Halle Berry. But yeah, DJC, he doesn't want any sort of, we can't have racial talk on my program. Whoa, let's get rid of it.
Little Mermaid. Oh, okay, let's talk about something else.
Let's talk about something else.
Oh my goodness. Thanks, Ray. I appreciate that. Yeah, but like we were talking about controllers.
Oh, controllers, forget that. Okay, so at this point it's now at almost 27.5 minutes in, and the stream goes on for an hour and 21 minutes altogether. Now, I usually sort of, quite a few times, I'll sort of jump through some earlier bits of the video as they sort of finally settle down into talking about stuff. And now it's pretty much straight all the way through. So, yeah, this will end up as a 3-parter video again. Let's just... I think we're by the time I've edited this up to this point, it'll be about half an hour through. We'll see how much more we've got to go.
I might actually, and I'll talk to the guys here as well that might have. I can't remember if I did a revisited on biplanes, but I think we all have a bunch of footage of that.
So yeah, so he made his videos about all these Amico games before, when they did deep dives, and then he does revisited because he's got nothing else to talk about. His other videos, apart from, if it's not Amico, he doesn't get much in the way of hits. You may say that about some of my gameplay videos, but if you think that, then bloody watch them then, naughty people. Yeah, but then again, as I've said before last time, or a recent time, some of the gameplay won't instantly take off. And for some reason, with the way YouTube works, it seems some of it sort of sits there for 9 months or so. And then all of a sudden gets picked up by the algorithm for people searching for stuff. And then suddenly the hits start shooting up. So you get like a curve, an audience, sort of views curve of absolutely nothing for ages. And then it suddenly starts getting an erection as it goes on. And similarly, I mentioned last time when I was playing, what was it called? Superliminal, a really good puzzle game. In about June, July 2020. Put up a whole load of gameplay footage for that. Again, the hits sort of stagnated. And then from, the middle of, about July 2021, it suddenly went on to Xbox Game Pass. And then the hits just started absolutely going straight up on almost all of the levels. Because people wanted to know how to, they were searching for how to complete the levels. And they found the answer in my videos. So that's gameplay in a nutshell. Why they can't just take off from day one, I don't know.
So I might be able to put something together if you guys wanted to see kind of a deep dive or look of gameplay on the biplanes, because it is quite fun and there's a lot of different levels and
it's just having planes fly about and in 2D and do not very much. There's no fun on that. And again, you can play it on the Nintendo eShop. I'm sure there's a $1 version of that.
There's like a storm level with lightning. There's there's mountains. I don't know. It's like you're very small planes on just a big playing field, but it gives homage to the old one because you're still flying through and appearing on the other side. It's kind of like the unlimited,
the loop.
The loop.
I think there's all those tattoos. The ink, some of them seem to be rubbing off. I think the ink's just gone through into his bloodstream, and that's just affecting his brain.
Where some games don't do that, so like that's kind of cool. So you can kind of do a loop-to-loop and gain ground and come up the other way and come out this way. And then you got the bayonet, and you put that. It's like a giant spear on the front. You could just tear through your other plane. And of course, you got.
I'm getting used to.
It's when it was, to be honest, it's
like
more
a flying
simple than
narwhal.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Hey, Mr. Narwhal.
Oh, just thought, Nick from Geeks with Cash, he's obviously disappeared off to have his burger. You know, it's too difficult to actually have your dinner before you go on a bloody live stream, isn't it? Good Lord.
On Buddy the Elf.
Yeah,
hey,
that's what I was thinking of. Hey, buddy. Comes out, just terrifyingly comes out of the ice.
I've never seen Elf.
License to Kill.
The husk of the old biplane on his nut. Hey, Chuck.
Hey, Chuck, how's it going? Robotron. Robotron 20. Yeah, well, anything with double analogs is good for Robotron, man.
Yeah, I would love to see more of those deep dives. I don't think we're going to see any right now.
You don't think so? You're not going to get any more Amico deep dives? I wonder why not. But perhaps because they were filmed in a building when they used to hire staff, back in those old days, and then they got rid of all the staff and they got rid of the buildings. Where the fuck would they do the deep dive from? And why the fuck would they do any of these deep dives when there's nothing to talk about? And they're not making any games anyway. They never were. It was just a bunch of shitty demos, and you believed it. Why the hell would you entertain any of this nonsense?
They've cut staff too much, and
yeah, I don't think anything's.
Yep. Well, that's correct, Grab. They have cut staff. They've cut staff down to 0. And when you've got 0 staff on the payroll, 0 staff making anything, 0 staff looking for bugs in games, 0 staff making games. When you've got 0 staff, it's a bit fucking difficult to make a fucking game.
That's not a priority.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Oh, sorry, hang on. Not a priority.
Too much, and
yeah, I don't think anything's.
That's not a priority.
Yeah, it's not a priority. Well, because when you got no staff, you shit out of luck and you shit out of staff.
I don't think that's
once
they
get these systems out, then I
once they get these systems out,
could see them going back to doing more deep dives when they're actually into doing marketing. But right now,
what? When? Huh?
I don't think anything's.
That's not a priority.
I don't think that's
once
they
get these systems out, then
once they get these, that's a goal on that.
I could see them going back to doing more deep dives when they're actually into doing marketing. But right now, it's just not feasible.
Right now, they've got to focus on finishing up everything and trying to get this thing out the door.
Nothing getting out the door. There's no door to go out of. The building is closed, so they'd have to rehire the building, then go in through the door in order to get it out the door. But the place is shut because they're not making this thing. They never were. It was a scam from day one.
Yeah,
that's the only thing they need to focus on. Right
they
now.
were doing.
The only thing they're focused on is getting the $17 million, putting it in their Swiss bank accounts, and fucking off to the Cayman Islands.
Deep dives at the end of last year, and I don't think it was really kind of cutting into the negative opinions on the console.
Oh, negative opinions. Oh, say that again.
Doing deep dives at the end of last year, and I don't think it was really kind of cutting into the negative opinions on the console. It would help for some of us that are, still supporting this and want to see it come through. But I think at this point, the only thing they need to do is, get some of these units out to show.
Yeah, get some of these units. What with? Fairy dust?
No, it's still alive and kicking.
Just again.
Get some of these units out to show it's still alive and kicking.
It's not still alive and kicking. It was never kicking. It's like John Hurt in Alien after... I can't think about John Hurt after watching The Elephant Man. It's like John Hurt after Alien when it's shot out of his chest. And he's just lying there. That's what the Amico is. The Amico is John Hurt once the alien has left his chest. And he's just sitting there going... Ugh! It's just sort of... The rest of his body, his carcass, is just sitting there shivering. Or just like... trembling away after the thing's left him. There's nothing there.
Yeah, I think release is the only thing that's on their mind right now.
No, we're going on holiday to Egypt again with your $17 million. That's on their mind.
Manufacture, release. There's three things: manufacture, release, and at least 3 to 5 years of longevity.
God, let's say that one again. So three things on their mind in television. Fuck me.
Yeah, I think release is the only thing that's on their mind right now. Is manufacture, release. There's three things: manufacture, release, and at least 3 to 5 years of longevity.
So yeah, manufacturing a console. Well, they've had over 4 years to put that together. 4 years since they first announced it, and then they didn't even. So any proper company would have been working on it at least a year, maybe two since before then. So anyway, let's say 5 years on average. Release, they're not releasing anything because it's they've missed any potential date for it, and then they've disappeared. And then 3 to 5 years of longevity. There is nothing coming. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. It's and it will be a spoiler for Don't Look Up. Brilliant film. It's on Netflix. But they are like. I'll try not to say too much, but they are like towards the end. I won't say sort of what happens just before it. But yeah, well, they sort of think this comet's going to get blown up. That's going to destroy the Earth. They sort of realise it's not happening. And what's his name? Jonah Hill's sat there, rocking back and forth in his chair, sort of full of belief that it'll still happen and everything will be fine, and everything in the garden is lovely, and there's nothing. And even the staff that are working with them in the same room, the control room, they're sort of thinking, "Oh, we need a status report," and then all of a sudden they think, "It's not happening. We're all going to die. Let's just go off to our families." And yet he's still sat there like Jonah Hill going, "It's coming. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine." Thick twat.
At least. And I know that's exactly what they're trying to do right now. That's
3 to 5 years longevity at least. Let's just hear that again.
There's three things: manufacture, release, and at least 3 to 5 years of longevity. At least. And I know that's exactly what they're trying to do right now. That's why it's taking
four things.
So he knows, even though he doesn't get to speak to anyone from Intellivision, because no one will be taking his calls. I'd bet my house on that. They won't be talking to them at all. And even when they say they do, they just shoot the shit. They don't chat about anything to do with Amico. But he knows that Amico are really trying to get this console out and have all this 3 to 5 years of longevity at least. Fuck off, idiot.
They have to make sure everybody that's requested a refund gets those.
Oh yeah, because every company that's about to go bust is really thinking, I've got to give those refunds out. We've taken a load of money from you. But we want to keep that for ourselves. We could just go back. We could just claim bankruptcy at any time and run off with the cash because we've squirreled it away, and you're not going to see it. And even if you have a bankruptcy, if you have a pre-order in this, you'd become a creditor, and at the very most you'd get pennies on the dollar back. But in reality, you get nothing back because if there was any money left, which there won't be, it would get swallowed up by any people they owe money to, like Sadesh Agarwal, who wanted the $100 per Amico console. So he would take what's left anyway, and he wouldn't get fuck all out of it anyway. No one is getting their refunds. Good God.
Yes, I'm sorry. There you go. Thanks for the recovery.
I know they're running through them. I periodically will see.
They're not running through them at all. 5 things. Electroconvulsive therapy for these 3.
Comment on like the Facebook group if somebody gets a refund, but it's you'd like to see them get through that list and be able to announce they're moving forward.
They are moved forward. They've moved on. They're just sitting at home laughing at you.
Absolutely. I'm trying to find out
exactly, Mickey. Fantami. Once the real marketing starts.
Once the real marketing starts. It says I missed something in the chat there. I don't know whether I have. I try not to have this up, otherwise I'd end up you would end up being like a really long bloody video, probably like 7-parter or something, and I haven't got time to do that. I haven't got time to bloody watch it either. what's Sweet Nintendo Hooligan? Wow, dude, you're so knowledgeable. I wish I would just point out to where that comment was. Wendy Pops. So I guess that what's his name has removed the comment.
Obviously, so the ones I've revisited showing gameplay or like gameplay that we've all seen was Cloudy Mountain, Night Stalker, Dolphin Quest.
All those games he's done his own deep dives into those. Those videos are literally anything like from Cloudy Mountain. It was like about 5-10 seconds of footage, and the same for pretty much all the other games. What did he do? Put it all into one video, or did he spin out 10 seconds of footage into a 5-minute video? I wonder.
Breakout, the Pack-In games,
which aren't finished.
Shark, Dino Blaster.
Well, none of the games are finished, are they? Let's face it.
Finnegan Fox, Pool, Missile Command, Moon Patrol.
Missile Command.
Evil Knievel, Space Strikers, wow, Nitro Derby, and Sideswipers.
Nitro Derby.
So I might have mentioned it in the pack-ins, but I'm pretty sure between I'm pretty sure we have some footage of that where I can throw together a serious revisited video.
Yeah, go for it. I love a good laugh.
Show people like gameplay of that. I know there's one where I'm playing it for a bit. But I know there might be some other where it's like a good right-on, head-on shot. I'll talk to the crew.
He's going to talk to Intellivision. I think every time he tries to ring them, he leaves a voicemail, but they never get the voicemail because they've blocked his number.
Let's see if I can get some footage of that and try to do that, because that'd be cool. Because I'll just, it'll kind of give you a deep dive of that.
The only person having a deep dive is Hans Zippish. When he went to Egypt and he would have gone for a swim in the pool. That's the only deep dive he was bloody doing. And same with King Crab there, saying he always does deep dives. That's the only deep dive that's going on into the fucking water.
63 Amico strong. Thanks for being in here too.
Oh, you're welcome.
Real marketing will start after real manufacturing starts. I agree, actually.
Yeah.
That's what we're up to right now. We need to see consoles.
We need to see consoles. You'll be needing to see consoles for the rest of your life.
We need to see something coming out that people can play and check.
The only thing coming out will be that burger out of your bottom tomorrow, Nick.
We need to see something coming out that people can play and check out. And
just another viewer, Rab, I will disagree. This time they need more transparency. No, Rab said they needed less transparency, just because Tommy ran his mouth the whole time. A few weeks turning into a few months, copy and paste to investors. Once upon a time, maybe it was too much transparency. But it was just Tommy running his mouth, as I say. Just talking out of his fucking ass.
He's getting people's hands. Refunds are getting back in people's hands.
Let's say that again.
We need to see something coming out that people can play and check out. And he's getting people's hands. Refunds are getting back in people's hands.
You won't put the refund back in someone's hands. They just go back into their bank account. But just pause on Rab. It looks like he's having a bloody stroke.
Just a review. Did you already address this or no? At this time,
no, I did not. Just seeing it.
I just clicked on it. They need more transparency. The few weeks turning into a few months. Copy and paste investors.
You're watching Learn How to Read with DJC. DJC looks at his very first sentence, wonders what to make of it. He's like, what will the sentence say? Can I put any sort of cognitive skills into what it says? How can I make sense of the whole thing?
Once upon a time, maybe it was too much transparency. Yeah, I think it was too much before. Well, I mean, I didn't think at the time, but I think now, just because of how things have turned out.
Yeah, badly.
I just don't see them at this point, and with as much people, the what do you want to say, limited staff that's there.
Limited, zero.
I don't see them trying to come out and do
agree
much other than they're only going to try to release the console, Make it stable. Have it.
Make it stable.
Get the refunds out. They're just trying to take care of business. I don't think, and I say this with a grain of salt. And
put the salt back in your salt cellar, dickhead. They're not putting anything out. God, this whole 5 years that they've been dealing with it and doing nothing. That was the whole life cycle of it goes the whole life cycle of the PlayStation 1, or just the PSX as it was known at the time. Even though the PSX then became the name for Japanese unit, which was a PS2 mixed in with a DVD player. Was it? Yeah, it was a DVD player. It's a huge unit. It's a lovely unit, but yeah, it wouldn't be any point in buying it now. What can we do with them?
It's just me saying this. I don't think they care much about any updates until they have something to show.
They have nothing to show. They've just you're the only one showing yourself up.
I don't think they. I think it's just let's manufacture and release this console. That
they are not doing that.
That's what they're working on right now, and that's.
How do you know that? We know they're not. Anyone sane knows that they're not. How do you know? How do you know? Yeah, that's what they're working on. That's definitely what they're working on. Dump my desk.
Yeah. So I don't think.
Someone do the high maneuver on Nick. Crying out loud.
I think there's going to be anything to really show or show off. Or
and short of solid deliverables, there's no point of doing an update. It's
absolutely
you put something out, or it's just talk. So,
just talk. What do you think you lot do every bloody week?
They're at a point. They've kind of burned through, and they need to kind of burn through.
Tommy's going to autograph all our Founders editions also.
Goodwill.
And we're all going to get a free game on our birthday.
They've
this bit.
kind of burned through Goodwill, and they need to be able to put something out. If they can't put something out, I don't think we're going to hear anything.
I want to rub that Amico disc so bad.
Until they get to the point of putting something out.
Free game on our birthday?
Right. So, I was looking for a sort of point to stop, because I think I've got one video's worth of stuff now. So we're coming up to the end of part 1 now. So yeah, I know they then start talking about the free game on the birthday, and from memory that does seem to go on for a little while. So I'll save that for part 2. So we're going to have from 33 minutes to 121. That's 48 minutes. Yeah, that's another 2 videos right there. So, thank you very much for watching, and I'm aiming to have part 2 up. I mean, the time I'm making this now, it's 12:15, and I want to just get this on so I can then bloody go to bed. Have it go live at 9 o'clock. Can I make it? We shall see. But then, yeah, aim for part 2 on Monday, and then part 3 for next Wednesday. Anyways. Hope you enjoyed this. Please like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe if you haven't already, click on the bell for all the notifications. Go and watch all my gameplay videos. They're ace. I love them. I like the gameplay videos. I've got another one coming on the Friday, I think, for a Memoir Blue. I think it's part 5. It's a really, really good game. Really loved it. Very sad in places, but it's one of those sort of games, but it's very emotive. I've played a lot of games like that lately, and it's quite sad, but fantastic and absolutely gorgeous to look at, and in 4K as well. I don't know where I was up to with the outro. Anyway, yeah, just did all the subscribe, and go and watch all my videos as well. And yeah, so once you subscribe, that's the important thing. Subscribe, and I was going to say give Lady Decade loads of money, but don't, because I don't have that money. I think it's time. Cue Genesis.